All your journeys have led you to this. Roll to vanquish your foe. No! Well, that was terrible. Welcome to Terrible Tabletop.
All right, well, welcome one and all back to Terrible Tabletop, our live play RPG podcast from This Is Going to Be Terrible. Tonight we have myself, James. I am going to be game mastering or GMing the group. I'm going to, be the one that's trying to corral and control everything going on and hopefully not killing our fellow players. Speaking of, we have Robert.
What's up?
And Robert, who are you playing this evening?
I am playing Pash. It's a smuggler rogue.
That's right. And we also have Nathan.
That would be me.
And Nathan, you are playing?
I am playing Mathis, a technician, very smart person.
Yes, you would like to think so. And finally, we have joining us special Jessica.
Hey, it's me. I'm playing Sasha, the explorer.
Yes, there is much to explore in the desert wastes of Tatooine. So, a quick recap from our previous episode. This is the Escape from Mos Shuuta adventure from the Star Wars Edge of the Empire beginner game set from Fantasy Flight Games. Last time, we have Sasha, Mathis, and Pash are on the run from the gangster Timo the Hutt. After hiding out in a cantina, the three are soon ambushed by the group of pig-like Gamorrean guards, but our trio managed to vanquish their foes with ease. A helpful Deveronian bartender gives them info on a ship, the Crate Fang, they can use to escape Tatooine, but first, they'll need to replace a broken ship part and then visit Spaceport Control. They manage to find the part at the local junkyard, and Sasha and Pash convince the junk dealer to give it to them using the old Tatooine two-gun tango. Mathis gets to show off his whiz-bang computer skills at Spaceport Control before falling flat on his face during a hasty retreat. Our heroes were feeling pretty good about themselves and started to make their way to the ship when two squads of stormtroopers surrounded them. And that's where we are today. So, like I said, at the end of the previous session, you all were leaving Spaceport Control and things were seeming pretty good, nice and quiet. The streets started to seem a little suspiciously sparse. A lot of shops kind of like closed up their shutters a little bit. A lot of stalls were suspiciously empty when all of a sudden in front of you, you see a group of three stormtroopers and they're pointing in your direction, kind of, giving each other a little pat of like, hey, look at those guys there. And before you can, turn around to run away, you turn to your side and you see another squad of three stormtroopers. So you've got a total of 6 stormtroopers. The ones in front of you are at about medium range away. And the ones on the little side street to your left are going to be at long range away. So I suppose we need to start with our initiative rolls. Since you weren't expecting all these guys to come up on you, I'm going to have you do vigilance checks for your initiative.
Nice to see that while flat on his face, Mathis still has some vigilance.
I work best when I'm laying down.
That's a really good initiative roll I rolled.
All right, so initiative is set. We have a PC or player character slot, then another PC slot, followed by NPC, PC, and then NPC. So, which of the heroes is going to go first?
I would like to go first. But before I make any maneuvers, in that split second between first seeing the stormtroopers in front of us and then the ones to the left, was I able to notice any open doors or windows to the right?
Yeah, if you're trying to are you trying to find some cover? Is that what you're looking for?
Mostly I'm trying to run away from the fight. I'm trying to see if there's a side alley or a doorway I can run into to escape instead of standing around and fighting.
Yeah, there's a couple open doors nearby. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
All right, you have a net of 1 success. So, like I said, there's you can see a couple of doors nearby, but it's pretty dark on the inside. The nice Tatooine sun is kind of just like beating down and everything else. So everything is kind of focused on all this, all these stores out here, all these little stands and everything. But if you want to try to go and see if you can find some cover in there, you can.
I don't know. I was hoping for like a clear shot away and not just like into a dead end. How far away are we from the spaceport that we need to get to the Crate Fang?
I'd say you're probably at least a couple blocks. So if you want to try to book it, I'll say that you could find a little side street if you're trying to escape from the stormtroopers.
Okay, so then I guess we need to decide real quick: are we fighting or are we running?
To hell with these bucket heads. I say we fight.
I feel like they're gonna chase us, so maybe it'd be better if we, instead of running, we find cover and attack.
I don't know what you're worried about, Mathis. They can't hit the broadside of a bantha.
Neither can I.
That's fair.
I mean, if you want to see Mathis how these other two might handle it, you can just take your slot later.
Yeah, but if we were definitely going to be fighting, I wanted to move first so I can move in close.
True.
Use my shock gloves. Is why I said that. But since we are definitely fighting, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to maneuver close to the ones in front of us.
So right now they're medium away. So are you going to take some strain to do 2 maneuvers?
Yeah, I will have to do that. And then I'll go ahead and try to attack one of them.
All right.
Well, okay.
All right. You have a net of 1 success. So you're rushing up on these guys. Do you do any kind of little battle cry?
Beautiful.
I guess I yell real quick, "Get them!" Just pumped up on adrenaline, not thinking straight.
You rush up on these stormtroopers, and you've got your shock gloves all primed, and you go to punch them. And unfortunately, you have never encountered Imperial Stormtrooper armor before.
Oh,
so it is very tough. You just kind of like push it a couple inches, and the guy looks down at you, looks back up, tilts his head to the side a little, like, huh, that wasn't very smart.
That was not.
Oh.
You do no damage to these guys.
Right.
We should. Oh, God. Pash.
I look towards Mathis and yell, "Didn't you learn to stop doing a thing?"
Now, in his defense, again, he did succeed on it, but he did not do enough damage to get through their soak.
Yeah.
So he just kind of like, I guess, startled them a bit, like just wondering what in the world is going on here with this guy. But we have the next PC slot.
Pash, do you want to go?
Ladies first.
Okay. So you said that there might be some cover.
Yeah, there's enough little stalls and stands around that you could probably create some cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to cover, which is a maneuver, and I'm gonna shoot him. But I think I'm gonna aim, so I'm gonna take the strain as well.
The group that Mathis is at.
Yeah.
So it is medium range, which would be 2 purple, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and spend a dark side point to make one of those purples a red.
Okay.
Because when you're shooting into a group that has one of your hero friends engaged in it, if you roll a despair, the opposite of a triumph, there's a chance that your shot will hit Mathis instead.
Ah, lovely. All right, I'm gonna roll then. Well, at least I got an advantage.
A net of 0 successes and 1 advantage. So the shot goes wild.
Oops. Sorry, Patch. But I will, because I distracted them, I'm gonna add a boost to Patches when he goes.
All right.
That's my turn.
So now we have an NPC group, which I'm gonna start off with the stormtroopers at long range. They are going to go ahead and they're going to take a maneuver to go up to medium. So now both groups are at medium range from you. And they're just going to go ahead and take a shot at Sasha, since she's the only one that they've seen take shots so far.
Cool. Good thing I found that cover.
And apparently that cover was well enough because they rolled 3 failures and 4 advantages. So the Tatooine sun kind of gets down in their visor and blinds them for a second, so their shot also goes wild. They do have 4 advantages hanging out though. So they are going to give themselves and the other stormtrooper group a boost die on their next turns. And the next PC slot. Pash, what'll it be?
I'm also going to move into cover.
Okay.
I'm also going to spend 2 strain to aim at the stormtroopers engaging Mathis.
Okay. And I'm also going to flip another dark side point. So turn one of those purples into a red.
It's okay, guys. That's his last one.
I'm going to flip. I can flip a light side, can I? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can flip a light side to go ahead and upgrade one of your greens to a yellow.
All right. Here we go.
So you have a net of 1 success, 1 advantage, and 1 triumph, which can be used as a critical hit.
Yes. Critical hit the guy that Mathis punched and gave him the weird look. I don't like the look he gave him.
You go ahead and do a headshot to that guy, completely knocking him out.
Wait, no blood splatter?
They're wearing stormtrooper helmets. The blood is on the inside, where it should be.
That's internal bleeding for you.
And you've got a total of 7 damage, so you're also gonna, scrape up one of these other guys a little bit.
That's what I like to hear.
Before this next group of stormtroopers go, can I say an incidental to them?
Yeah.
I point at them and I say, "Wait, you're not working for Timo, are you?"
Timo? Timo who? We report to Lieutenant Harkin. Whoever he reports to, well, that's none of our business.
Darn. I was kind of hoping to throw them off the game. Off their game.
All right, is there anything else you wish to do, Pash?
No, I'm going to stay in cover.
All right, well, that same group of stormtroopers that's with Mathis, they're a little shook up right now that they've, had one of their own fallen. Mm-hmm. So they do have Mathis here right in front of them. So one of them is just going to go ahead and pull out a vibro knife.
Oh.
Not a vibro knife.
They are going to try to go in stabbing. And they have a boost die from their other stormtrooper group.
Good luck, Mathis.
Right.
All right. With their vibro knife, they come in slashing at Mathis for 4 successes and 3 advantages. So these vibro knives, they have something called Pierce 1, which means they automatically ignore 1 piece of soak. So Mathis, what is your soak?
4.
All right. So for this attack, it is a 3. And you are going to take a total of 8 damage.
Mathis.
And for their 3 advantages, conveniently, the critical rating on their vibro knives is also 3. So I am going to convert those 3 advantages into a critical hit.
Uh-oh.
So Mathis dies.
No, Mathis isn't going to die, but I am going to go ahead and figure out. We have a handy dandy chart labeled from 1 to 100 of what his critical injuries could be. All right, you have a result of 84 on my handy dandy critical injury chart. You are winded, Mathis. Until the end of this encounter, the target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities or gain additional maneuvers.
Okay.
So they hack and they slash and they take the wind right out of you. You have taken a critical hit. All right, moving on to round 2, we have a PC slot.
Mathis.
I mean, yeah, I'll go first again if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to attack them again, the ones that are right next to me.
Okay, the one you're already engaged with.
Yes. So I'm going to aim as well, because that shouldn't give me any strain. So I don't think I'm going to waste a light side point, because I already have 2 yellows for my normal gloves, since I leveled up Brawl last game when we leveled up. So I'm just going to roll it.
All right, you have a net of 2 successes and 1 advantage, giving you a total of 5 damage against these stormtroopers. Unfortunately, Mathis, you are just running out of breath here. You are just on your last leg, and you just come up punching them, and just like before, these guys are just kind of laughing it off in their little stormtrooper.
This guy's pathetic.
Oh God.
For the 1 advantage, I guess I'll just give a boost die to Sasha, since she rolled not so well last turn.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right, now we have another PC slot. Who is going to pick up the slack from Mathis?
I guess I'll go next. I'm gonna aim and try to shoot a stormtrooper, and that is attacking Mathis.
You're still going after that same group with Mathis.
Yep. We gotta kill them.
Again, I'm going to use a dark side point, since you are shooting into a group that has your fellow hero in it.
I'm gonna use a light side. So
All right, so you're also going to upgrade one of your green to a yellow.
Yep.
And I believe you said you're aiming, and I think Mathis had given you a boost die as well, right?
yes. Here we go. Aha! At least that's something.
All right, we have a net of 3 successes and 1 advantage.
I would, for my advantage, I'm giving that boost dice to Path because he needs boost die.
Okay, and you are doing a total of 10 damage on this group.
Mm-hmm.
So you blow another one of these stormtroopers away. And you still have one that's just hanging on, for dear life.
Thank God. Pass, you know what to do.
Let's clean this up, Sasha. Mathis may have done a thing, but we're not going to let him die doing a thing.
But first, an NPC group gets to go. So this one remaining stormtrooper in the group with Mathis, he sees that he might be on, he doesn't have much left in him. He's just going to go ahead and he's going to trade in his action for a movement, and he is going to take the coward's way out, and he is going to run away. Clearly in the opposite direction.
Well, that's something.
So now he is long range from Sasha and Pash, and short range away from Mathis. Which brings us to Pash for the final PC slot.
All right. Well, I guess we should take care of this other group that's coming up.
Yep.
So I'm going to aim at that other group of stormtroopers.
Right. They are medium range away from you.
Medium range. Blaster pistol. You gave me a boost die, right, Sasha?
Yep. That's correct.
All right. Let's add the die.
All right. You have a net of 1 success and 2 advantages. You are doing a total of 7 damage to these guys. So you graze their armor a little bit. It's getting a little blackened. How do you want to use these advantages?
I'm going to go ahead and add a boost die to. I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to add one to Sasha, and 1 to Mathis.
All right.
Gracious.
That's just how I roll. Literally.
Literally.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm going to remain in cover.
All right. So this second group of stormtroopers, they're going to go ahead and use their maneuver to kick down a couple of stalls nearby and also create some improvised cover for themselves. And they are just going to go ahead and shoot at you, Pash.
Gulp.
So they have their blaster rifles. So they are going to roll
Ooh.
They have a net of 4 successes, 2 threats against them, but also 1 triumph.
That's rough.
They go ahead and they create their cover. They're feeling like they're, shooting from a pretty good position here. They take the shot. They hit Pash square in the shoulder. They're going to do a total of 13 damage to you, Pash.
Ouch.
That's all of your wounds?
Well, he does have his soak.
Oh.
So what is that supposed to be then? Oh, my soak is 4, so that would be 9.
And you get a 15 for your critical injury that they're going to do for a triumph. So you get hit in the shoulder of your gun arm, and it's a sudden jolt. The target drops whatever is in their hand, so you drop your blaster on the ground. It just comes to rest there in the sand. And you have a critical injury against you. But there are 2 threats against these stormtroopers. So what do you think negatively is going to happen to these stormtroopers?
All right. So the 2 threats is that I pick up my gun.
All right. So we come back to the next round, and we have a PC slot.
Pash, do you want to go?
Yeah, I think I'll keep running in Mathis's direction and then take cover.
Okay, so you're going to move over to engage with Mathis and just, duck behind his same cover.
Yeah.
You two are, hiding behind this same little, little food stand you got propped over on its side.
I've also got a stim pack, so I'll use one of those.
Okay.
It's not a cabbage stand we're behind, is it?
Do you want it to be?
Yes.
Oh.
My space cabbages!
So the next PC slot.
Ooh, Pash, you're looking a little strained there.
Just a little bit.
Mathis, do you want to go, or should I?
The only thing I would be doing is moving to further away from the stormtroopers and readying and then getting undercover again.
Okay. So I can attack and then move, right?
Yeah, you can take a crack at these stormtroopers and move if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I mean, might as well try to shoot them before moving.
All right. So since you're planning on moving, I'm assuming you're not going to, try to do any aiming.
No aiming. Just
Okay.
it is medium still, right?
Yes, they're still medium away from you.
Okay. No boost for me. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot them.
All right. You take your shot. You have 1 success and 1 advantage. You're doing a total of 8 damage to these guys.
Nice.
So they are still looking pretty healthy, but one's looking a lot worse than the others. He's kind of, there in the back. He's a little slumped over.
Awesome. Love to hear that. I'm going to now move to where Mathis and Pash are, and I'm going to take 2 strain to get into cover with them, but I also, with my advantage, I'm going to heal 1 strength.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright.
All right, now back to the stormtroopers we go. So, Sasha, you were the one that just took a shot off on them.
Mm-hmm.
See, they're about long range from you now. I think their blasters can shoot at long range, so they're just gonna stay hunkered down in their cover.
Okay.
They're gonna target you, Sasha. And since they're staying hunkered down, they're going to use a maneuver to aim.
Okay.
So they're looking at 2 yellows, 1 green, 1 blue, and 3 purple for the difficulty.
Oof.
Go ahead, shoot me.
All right. They rolled a total of 3 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay, so I'm going to take 9 damage.
So they, aim their shot, they line it up. They see you as the biggest threat there. You've got the biggest gun you're holding, and they go pew pew pew. They just take the shot, and they can see that you all are looking a little worse for wear. And we move to the next PC slot.
That'd be Mathis.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what I wanted to do.
We need to get the out. I'm bleeding profusely. Mathis, heal me. You can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do a medicine check on Sasha.
All right. Sasha currently has 8 damage out of 12, so this is going to be a 2 purple difficulty for a medicine check.
And I still have a blue die left over from like 2 rounds ago.
You can go ahead and take that.
Okay.
And again, just like she was using, some improvised bandages and stuff, go ahead and turn one of those purples into a red.
Okay. Of course.
Well, that's okay.
All right. You have a net of 0 successes and 2 advantages. So she's going to go ahead and heal 2 strain. Unfortunately, Mathis, you're more used to working with, mechanical parts and droids and everything. So you don't fully understand the human biology.
Right.
So you do what you think is best. You go ahead and give her a little, a little astromech band-aid there, and you're like, you're good? You're good?
I'm not good, Mathis. I'm not good at all, Mathis.
Yeah, Sasha just rolls her eyes and is just, like...
You tried, Mathis. It's okay.
So I could move further away from the stormtroopers, but then won't be under cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess now I definitely am just going to ready the blaster that I have.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me.
All right. So you 3 are hunkered down under cover. Everybody's looking a little bit worse for wear. We've got Pash has got all this mental strain on him. He can't handle the situation. Sasha's, starting to bleed out a little bit. Mathis is actually a lot better than he thought he was. He thinks he did a really good job patching up Sasha.
Good job.
He's feeling really good about himself right now.
I'm proud of you.
Good job, Mathis. When all of a sudden you hear coming from the nearby rooftop, "Everybody duck!"
Oh.
I duck.
Yeah.
I duck too.
You go ahead and duck, and you just see an explosion happen over near the stormtroopers. And then you see a second explosion happen, and there's just a whole bunch of, dust and sand kicked up everywhere. And you see coming at you from one of the other side streets a hooded figure. He's kind of waving you over. "Get over here!"
Oh.
Scorpion?
I hobble my way over there.
Me too.
Hobbling.
All 3 of you hobble over to this hooded character. He pulls back his hood, and you realize it is the Deveronian bartender from earlier.
Hey.
Dude, are you stalking Sasha or something?
No, but, again, I work in that bar, so I've got my ears to the ground, and I could hear all this commotion happening out here, and I just knew it had to be the 3 of y'all. And I figured you might need a little bit of help. So just follow me. We're going to get out of here. We're going to lose these guys, and, you might need to hunker down for a little bit. Kind of let the heat get off you. Literally, this is Tatooine.
Oh, so clever. And cute at the same time, truly.
Kind of polishes his horns a little bit. He puts his hood back up and he's like, "Come on, follow me."
Oh, I'm going.
Following.
Yep, same.
All right, you 3 follow him as well as you can. He's a native of this area at the moment, so he knows his way around all these little side streets and everything. At one point, he puts up his arm and is like, gives a little symbol of like, hold up, wait. You see another couple squads of stormtroopers pass by. They leave, and he's like, "All right, come on, let's go." And you see him duck down into a little shop that was closed. He, managed to jimmy his way in there, and he pulls all the blinds shut, and you all have kind of a moment to rest.
Oh, thank God.
I rest.
I fall asleep.
And the Deveronian is just like, "All right, so what did you all do to bring all this Imperial heat down on you? Is this still all that Timo business from earlier?"
Mathis did a thing. It's all his fault.
I honestly have no idea, but it's a good thing you were around to save us.
Yeah, well, like I said, always got to help a friend in need, especially when, they used to be fighting for the same cause, right?
Right, exactly.
But seriously, you all should have been off the planet by now.
Working on it. We're working on it.
All right. Well, everything seems to be kind of secure in this place. You don't think you're going to have to worry about anybody for the immediate moment. And as it stands right now, Mathis is at 2 wounds. Pash is at 2 wounds. Sasha, do you want to use a little, one of your stim packs?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my sit backs.
Yeah, that good old stimmy.
Not that I'm trying to tell you what to do, but while you got a moment here, might not be a bad idea.
I assume we're probably gonna have to fight someone else.
Right. Like I said, you all have this moment to rest. You're starting to feel a little bit better about yourself. You're catching your breath. The Deveronian's at the door. He's kind of, like taking a look out there. Once he sees the coast is clear, he's like, all right, you guys ready to go?
Yeah, let's get off this.
Big hunk of junk.
All right, you all need to get out of here as fast as you can. Did you manage to get that part I told you about?
Yep.
We haven't.
All right, and I'm sure you went to the spaceport, got those docking clamps all taken care of.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm sure it wasn't any trouble at all, right?
Not at all.
Nah, not with this computer guy here. Kind of, gets a little rough, gives Mathis a little noogie. All right, well, you all need to get over to Landing Bay Auric, and you got to see if you can get that ship, and you got to leave. Those stormtroopers, the guy they're working for, Lieutenant Harkin, he's got a little side gig here with Timo, so that's probably why they were after you.
They were here for
You know these Imperials, they're all crooked. They're all doing it for credits.
Yeah. I will miss you, of course, but I'm not going to miss this planet.
Yeah, well, this place has got its own charm once you get used to it.
Oh, thanks for your help. And then I duck out the door to stealthily make my way to Landing Bay Auric.
Yep.
All right, as you all are heading back out, he grabs Sasha for a second, and he's like, hey, here. Hands you 2 more stim packs.
Ooh.
I get the feeling y'all are going to need this more than I am today.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
I say thank you and walk out the door.
Oh, you're very welcome, kind sir. I don't like that guy.
I don't either. It's fine. Thank you. we'll see each other again. And I'll leave as well.
So long. All right. So what is the plan? Are y'all just going to head immediately to Auric?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to move very stealthy as Mathis.
Get off world.
Y'all are, doing what you can to kind of, duck around covers, keeping an eye out for more stormtroopers or more Timo's thugs.
Mm-hmm.
And before you know it, you're at your destination. A large pourstone hangar looms before you, an enormous letter Auric stenciled into the building's side. As you approach, you see through the open hangar doors to the cavernous interior, where a rusty-looking light freighter rests with its loading ramp deployed. All you have to do is get to that ship, and you can leave Tatooine. 2 equally rusty security droids stand outside the entrance. If you want that ship, first, you're going to have to get by them.
Should we use our noggin or brute force?
I was going to say we should check to see if there's another way in.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
So I look for another way in.
All right. Pash, you're kind of looking around. You're trying to see what you can see. And as you're looking around the side, you do happen to see another little entrance. Looks like it might be some sort of maintenance hatch.
We do love maintenance hatches.
Do you want to go over and investigate it, or what do you want to do?
I want to investigate the hatch.
All right. Are all 3 of you going together?
Yeah, we should all stick together, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get to this maintenance hatch, and it seems to be locked. So I would say whoever wants to try to get into it, it's going to be average 2 purple check. You can either use your skullduggery to kind of, try to pick the lock, or you can try to use the computers to hack your way in.
My skullduggery is just 3 green, so...
Well, mine was upgraded from the last, from our XP upgrades.
Do you want to try to get through it?
What's your total skullduggery? What would it be?
It would be yellow and 2 greens.
Hmm. And Mathis, what is your computers? Because I remember you're the computer hacker.
1 yellow, 3 greens for my computers.
It would be it'd be better if Mathis, I think, hacks into it. He has more dice.
I'll let him try first.
Right?
Can I do another perception check or computer's knowledge check on this lock to see if it could set off an alarm if I mess up crossing the wires or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and do a general knowledge check.
You're smart, Mathis. You got this.
Add a 1 purple. All right, you have 4 successes and 2 advantages. So as you're, trying to look through the system, you're removing the little, box at the side with the key paddle, and you do notice that it looks like it's got some sort of little miniature alarm in it that if you somehow fail the check against it, it will alert the droids that are at the entrance.
Would that include like picking the lock check or just the computer's check? If that distinction makes any sense to you.
It looks like it's some sort of tripwire, no matter how it happens.
Okay.
But you do know it's here, so I would say you've got enough successes and advantages here that if you want to get 2 boost die on this, if you decide to do a computer's check, I'll let you have 2 boost die.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do a computer's check and not even let them know that it's rigged because I just kind of want to get it open.
Okay. So that's going to be against 2 purple.
Okay.
And you're going to get 2 boost die in addition to your computer stuff.
He definitely got this, Bash. He got it.
All right. You have a net of 4 successes and 3 advantages. You're there hacking away. You see this little hatch open up. All nice and quiet like. Easy as space pie.
What did I tell you?
Okay, so then I'll go ahead and enter first since I opened the door and just kind of like try to stay close to the wall and stay in the shadows just to make sure that the best path is not necessarily the straightest path to the ship.
I'll be in the back. We'll make a Pash sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you're there. You're on the other side of the maintenance entrance. And as you're there, you notice you've got the 2 droids that are at the front of the landing bay itself. But then you see 2 more droids that are at the bottom of the landing ramp to go into the ship.
Okay.
Now, this landing ramp is on the opposite side of the bay. So you would have to sneak past the ones by the front door if you're trying to get into the ship. You've got the ones at the front door. You've got the 2 at the front of the landing ramp to get into the ship. So it's either going to be a lot of combat, or if you can find some way to maybe like sequester some of these droids so that they don't interact with you. Go ahead and give me somebody give me a perception check.
Pass.
Let me look and see what my perception is.
I only have 2 greens.
Perception starts with P. I have a yellow and 2 greens. What did you say, Pash?
Same.
I'll go ahead and roll.
And it's just going to be a 1 purple.
Okay, 1 purple. 1 failure. I don't see nothing.
You see that these droids are really, really shiny.
Bro,
Distractingly
can we keep
show. They are surprisingly well kept for, being in the employ of Timo and a Trandoshan, this lizard guy. Like you don't understand what's happening here. But as part of your 3 advantages, I'm going to say you do know that the 2 at the entrance, they're on like the outside part of the entrance. So there is an inner door that theoretically you could, if you're sneaky enough, get up there and lock it behind them so that they would be stuck outside.
Who's a sneaky boy? Pash, are you a sneaky boy? Oh, I can be sneaky. Then again, I did roll a failure just now.
What would that be?
Stealth. So mine is yellow and 2 greens.
Mine is 3 greens.
Mathis?
I only have 2 greens for stealth.
Oh, God.
Before she does this, I want to know the part that needs to be replaced on the ship. Can it be accessed from the inside of the ship, or does it have to be repaired from the outside?
Go ahead and give me a computers check.
Okay.
Oh no, he's gonna roll so bad
And it's just going to be a 1 purple.
with his knowledge for days. Ooh.
Net of 2 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph. You search your memory banks there for a second, and you know exactly where in the ship this thing needs to be installed, but it has to be inside the ship.
Okay, cool.
You know exactly where in engineering, like once you get in there, I'm going to say whenever you make a check, if you are the one to try to install it, just remember you're going to have like a boost die for that.
Okay, so the game plan is to try to close the door to lock out those 2 outside. How are we going to try to deal with the other 2 droids that are guarding the ship? Any thoughts?
Is the control mechanism for the door within view of the other 2 droids?
Hmm.
No, the little loading ramp, they currently cannot see the front door of the landing bay. So if you manage to sneak up and lock these 2 droids out, the 2 by the ship are not going to see it.
What kind of check will it take to close the door?
You're going to need a stealth check to get up there, whoever's going to do it.
That would be you, Sasha.
Okay, but when I go up there and have this chance of failure, are you guys going to be ready to shoot these droids?
How far away are they from us?
Right now, you're probably about long range. This maintenance entrance is towards like what would be the front of the ship. So you're basically going to be sneaking along the walls in the shadows among all the crates to get to the landing bay entrance, lock these guys out. And at that point, you're going to be about medium range from the ones at the bottom of the landing ramp.
So then she will be in medium range.
If you're going to send her by herself, sure.
But then wouldn't we all have to do a stealth check?
I'd say you're all going to kind of like do it as a group. She is the scout. She's leading the way. She knows what to look out for that might cause you all to trip up.
Okay.
Lovely.
Right, so we'll go together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you choose not to listen to her, well, I guess that's on you.
Well, it depends on this roll.
But if you all are going to do a stealth check, whoever's doing it, it's against 1 purple.
1 purple. That still could bode unfortunate. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for stealth because I think I have the highest. We're gonna try to unlock this. We're gonna try to lock it and do this. Alright. I'm rolling.
All right, you have a net of 3 successes. The 3 of you stealthily sneak up here. You have Pash and Mathis kind of looking out. And Sasha, you just go ahead and you press the obvious big red button that brings the door down. And you go ahead and, pull down a little lever that securely locks it in place. So these 2 droids are on the outside, not getting in.
That's what I like to hear.
Cool.
So you're by the entrance. You've got these 2 droids over by the landing ramp. Somebody go ahead and give me a perception check.
Since I did it last time, Pash, you go ahead and do your perception.
Okay.
I mean, you all 3 are grouped together, so whoever does it, go ahead and take a boost die, because you're all kind of like looking out together.
Any purples or anything?
1 purple.
I rolled.
A net of 0 successes, yet 4 advantages.
Don't try to pretend like you see clearly. It's our downfall.
I tell you, the shine on these security droids, wow, it is almost like they are brand new. You can't see anything else but them. You look upon them with envious eyes. You wish you could shine as much as them.
I'm really worried about these droids now.
Your advantage is, though, you do see the control room that kind of, sits above on a landing. So it kind of oversees the ship. You do see like 2 shadows in there, but you can't exactly see like who or what's in there.
Should we investigate this control room, guys?
Is the ceiling open for the ship to be able to leave?
Yeah. The docking clamps are all done. This is an open air bay.
Okay.
So there's no ceiling. This control room, it's off on its own, kind of like it's It's a circular little thing, but it's got like, a glass thing so it can see out. So it's looking down on the ship, and you just see a couple shadows in there. There's two people in the control room.
It might be worthwhile to check it out. Maybe we can find some Imperial security codes that will help us get out of here more easily or something.
I mean, I'm down to check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Patch saw it, and he's clearly the best of the peepers. His
So
peepers
I
peeping.
will remind you that, again, this ship belongs to Captain Trex. And as far as you know, he's supposed to be off meeting with Timo. But you all kind of were delayed by those stormtroopers and having to take a little bit of rest. So it is possible that he might be lurking around somewhere.
Okay, well, that's worrisome.
Maybe there'll be a like a command remote for those droids up in that room, that control room. Maybe we can shut them down from there.
I mean, that's a good thought. What do you think, Pash? Is it worth the risk?
Nah, sure, why not? YOLO. I'm sorry, I mean space YOLO.
Beep boop YOLO.
So does one of you want to, stealth up these stairs over towards the control room and like maybe just peek your head up to this little window and see if you can see inside?
I can stealth.
Now keep in mind, if you fail, there's going to be a chance that the droids might see you, if not the people in the room.
I was going to say, I know I don't have the best stealth, but I'm the one who's been proposing us to go up into there. So maybe I should be the one who does the stealth and you guys keep watch. No?
No, I'll go. It's fine. I'll accept the consequences of my actions. How many purples to get into this control room, James?
Are you going into, or you're trying to get up to this window to look inside? The window on the door. Like you're gonna like maybe like crack the door open a little bit just to see what's going on in there.
Yeah, just that.
It's just gonna be a 1 purple.
All right, 1 purple. I prayed to baby Jesus.
All right. So Pash and Mathis are still over by the landing bay entrance. Sasha, you make your way up quietly as you can, quiet as a mouse, a space mouse, and you just creak that door open a little bit, catching it at the last second before it makes any noise, and you see this giant 7-foot tall lizard man, green skin with like, a brown, very dusty flight suit and a giant gun on his back. You would assume that this is Captain Trex.
Ya boy, Captain Trex. I'm gonna slink my way back to inform them of the bad news. It's Trex,
Okay.
guys.
Yeah, I'm going to say with all those advantages, you can make your way back to the group if you want. And it looks like he's in there. He's kind of talking with somebody that might be with like spaceport control. You can't quite hear what they're saying, though, but they seem to be having a little bit of an argument.
I relay this information to the others.
So do we try to ambush Trex?
He has a big gun.
You've got Trex up in the control room. You've got these 2 droids at the bottom of the landing ramp. You all are just trying to escape. If you want to engage with Trex, you are more than welcome to. If you just want to try to like get out of Dodge as fast as you can, that's cool too.
So just bum rush the droids and try to like clamber up to the
He's in the control room. Can't he do anything to stop us from leaving?
That's what I was afraid of.
Mathis, go ahead and give me a general knowledge check.
Okay.
Give it just 1 purple. Net 2 successes, 2 advantages. You know that while they're up in the control room, that this control room doesn't seem like it's connected to like the main spaceport control. Like you don't think that they're going to be able to re-engage the docking clamps from here.
Okay.
So to the best of your knowledge, if you can manage to get onto the ship, you can probably get out of here without them giving you any issue.
Okay. So yeah, as long as we can get past those 2 droids, we should be in the clear.
Now, are they just by the ramp? Are they standing in front of the ramp? Is there no way to get up the ramp without them noticing?
Yeah, the 2 droids are pretty much just at the bottom of this ramp. You cannot, there's no real way to sneak past it.
Turn invisible. We gotta find the invisibility potion.
Or polymorph potion.
But we can't be loud and attack them, or Trex is gonna come down with this big ol' honk of gun.
Is there a way to distract the droids?
Is there? You tell me.
You persuade them with your charming smiles.
Or just toss a rock into the corner?
Oh, or you can yeah, that's fair too.
You could always try and toss a rock if you think it might distract them well enough.
Am I going to do a thing now?
Yeah, you're doing a thing.
I guess I'm doing a thing. What kind of check do you need me to give you, James? I'm going to throw a rock on the opposite side of the hangar and see if that distracts them.
Oh god, is this a good idea?
Let's see. What does everybody think? Would that be more of like a skullduggery? Because he's trying to do something like sneaky sneak.
That's what I was leaning towards.
I'm going to go with skullduggery.
He's doing something sneaky.
And I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be, I'm going to upgrade it. It's going to be a 1 red.
Okay. So 2 yellows, a green, and a red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hopefully choiced. You didn't do it cartoonishly.
All that for a net of 1 success and 1 advantage. You throw your rock onto the other side of the docking bay. You manage to skip it just right. It kind of hits a couple of crates. And you see one of the security droids. They kind of look over at it. And they start to make their way over to investigate.
All right. Let's work this thing before it's too late.
Yeah.
So, Sasha, stealth us onto the ship.
Okay, I will. You want me to stealth on the
Now,
ship?
there is still one down at the ramp. Remember, only one of these guys went to the far end of the docking bay.
Do we all just go over there and punch a droid? Like, surprise attack? Pop, pop, pop.
We all run up, knock it over, right?
We all bum rush it. Send Matheson first in the shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we get behind and we also punch the droid and then we run as fast as we can up.
Let's do it. We're desperate. Desperate times call for desperateness.
All right, so are you three going to rush over to this one at the landing ramp then?
Yeah, we're attempting a surprise attack upon this droid.
I'm not really trying to like hit the droid. I'm just trying to run up past it and get onto the ship.
All right, well, I'm going to say we're going to roll some initiative here.
Okay.
You all can roll your cool. This guy is going to roll its vigilance.
Oh, thank God. All 3 of us.
Yay! 2 successes, 2 advantages. I'm
All right.
killing these initiative
So you
rolls.
3 are going to be going before this droid.
God. Sorry.
So now you're going to be able to get, in the same time that his little buddy was going off to go check out to see what the noise is, this guy has his head turned. So you're going to be able to get the jump on him. I'm going to say if you want to be quiet about it while you're trying to take him out, though, it is going to be a little more difficult. So who is going to try and do whatever they want to do first?
Go ahead, Mr. Gloves.
We're just gonna push the droid, right? And run.
If you can get enough stuff to knock it prone, yeah, you can try to do that.
God, Mathis. We did a thing. Mathis.
I mean, I suppose I could try my shock gloves. It might fare better against the droid than the stormtrooper armor.
Let's hope.
All right.
Now, are you wanting to try to be stealthy about it?
I am, yes.
All right, so I'm just going to say you go ahead and take a setback die for it.
All right.
Punch him muffled.
And it's
punch.
melee, so it's engaged.
Right? I'm terrified to press roll dice.
That's a mood.
Damn it.
Mathis, why?
So you have a net of 0 successes, 0 advantages. Out of the 6 die you rolled, 4 of them came up blank. And the other 2 knocked each other out. So you come up upon this droid, you've got your shock gloves at the ready, and you go and you just, try and punch this thing, and you go zzz, and you don't know what this thing is made of, but it just doesn't seem to be doing anything to it. You see a couple little sparks, but it just turns in your direction.
Oh.
I like pat its shoulders down like I'm trying to fix its collar and be like, looking squared away. And then I just kind of like walk up the ramp like I own the spaceship.
So you're going to try to take maneuver to just slowly stroll up the spaceship?
Yes.
Right. Meanwhile, we've got the next PC slot. This droid is aware that you all are here now.
Should we just be like, oh, we're with him and just try to walk behind Bash?
Might as well.
I mean, obviously, this droid, if you don't manage to take it out, it's gonna probably alert everybody else here.
All right. I shoot, though. I shoot a gun. I don't fist fight.
Well, then I'll go next, and I'll basically charge. I'll charge it
All right.
and try to knock it over.
Knock it over.
I mean, if we're saying that you all started combat, sneaking up behind it already in engaged range, if you want to go ahead and take a maneuver to, aim your shoving or punching or whatever you're going to do to it.
Yeah, but I also want to run up the steps if it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, you are strained. You're the most strained of all of us.
Which is why I'd rather save that maneuver to go up the steps.
Yep, that's
All right.
fine.
So you just want to kind of like do a fisticuff with it?
Yeah, like shove it.
Okay, go ahead.
Of course.
Oh.
One failure, yet you have 3 advantages. You come up on this guy. It's already trying to wonder what's going on with Mathis making his way slowly onto the ship. And you try to, just shoulder shove your way through. And it just puts its arm out like, what are you doing? You do have 3 advantages to work with here.
You can heal strain with that. You definitely could use it.
Might I make a suggestion?
Sure.
So it's trying to ask you what's going on here. Maybe you want to go ahead and act like, oh, hey, you dropped something. So you're going to kind of duck down and you want to try to set up Sasha to give it a shove over you.
Oh, good.
And give her some boost die.
I'm super strong. I am not super strong.
Or if there's anything else you want to do.
I bend over behind him. I'm like, oh, wait, there's something here. Sorry, I was trying to get it from behind you, but I bumped into you. Sorry, my apologies. As I bend over, I look over to Sasha and I'm like, give him a shove.
Lovely. Oh, I'm so strong. This is going to work so well for me. All right, I'm going to give him a shove.
And I'm going to say you can have 2 boosts out of that.
Okay, I add a dice. Oh. All right, ready?
Ah.
All right, you have a net of 1 success and 2 advantages. You saw Pash set this up for you. You go ahead and you push this droid over him. It kind of, for a second there, this droid is heavier than you think. So it looks like Pash is just gonna maybe collapse a little, but he powers through it. And so you push this droid over. And you've got these 2 advantages. You can heal some strain. You could take a free maneuver.
I could take a free maneuver and just double run up this ramp. But we can't leave Pash behind. I'm going to add a setback dice to the droid if he wants to do anything to us. Because I'm going to do a setback dice. And I'm going to use my maneuver to walk up this ramp with Mathis.
Okay.
Yeah. We're walking up.
All right. That is all 3 of you. So you've got this droid here kind of wiggling about on the ground. It's going to use its maneuver to get back up. And I'm going to say you all are at short range away from it. As an incidental, you're going to see it's got its built-in comm link there. And you hear it do some sort of alert, alert, alert.
We've been tried. We should have killed it. Well, let's go.
But it's going to do a short-ranged blaster shot at Sasha.
Guys, he's going to shoot me. It's going to hurt. Just go on without me,
He's got
guys.
2 yellow, 1 green, and 1 purple.
And a setback.
And a setback die.
Yes!
He has a net of 0 successes and 2 advantages. So his circuits are still a little fried from getting pushed on the ground. He's got his alert signal going out that managed to succeed. And he's just going to use his 2 advantages to take a free maneuver to follow you all on the way in. He's chasing you in there.
Of course.
Onto the ship.
I'm flipping him off, by the way. Free action. All right, guys. Well, we have to kill this droid, but Mathis, you need to get that hyper who's a what's it galore. So Pash and I probably should take care of this droid and you skedaddle.
As this droid is following you all on the way in, you can hear out from in the distance, "Hey, what's going on out there?"
Not Trex.
But we come back to the next round. The 3 of you are inside the ship, and this droid is coming right after you. It's at about short distance away from you.
So it's short distance, so I can shoot it. I mean, I might as well shoot it. Like,
Yeah, it's not currently in engaged range yet.
it's okay.
It's kind of like at the very top of this boarding ramp, while you all are just on the inside.
Yeah. So if it's short range, I'll go ahead and shoot him. I'll aim and shoot. Aim and shoot. That's what I do.
Do you want to double aim, or do you think you're gonna want to save another movement possibly to get further into the ship?
I think I'm going to save a movement to get further into the ship. So I'm going to go ahead and just one aim at dice. Boom.
You have 1 success and 1 advantage. So you're going to do a total of 5 damage to this guy.
Awesome. And with my 1 advantage, I'm going to give... I'm assuming Pash is going to go next to injure the droid. So you're going to get your boost. I'm boosting you.
And are you going to take some strain to get further into the ship?
Yes, I absolutely am. Thank you. 2 boop. 2 strain. I'm gone. Bloop. Zip.
All right, you're heading down into the ship, and are you trying to follow? You see some signs that lead up to the cockpit. You see some other signs that lead to engineering, and you see some that lead to like the laser turrets.
Laser.
Laser turrets.
All right, so you're going to head towards the laser turrets.
Yep, I'm hoping Mathis knows where he's going, and I hope Pash knows what he's doing, but laser turrets.
All right, meanwhile, that second PC slot, were you going to pass it to Pash?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to aim and shoot.
And you've got that boost die that Sasha left you earlier.
Yep.
You're gonna close one eye, do that little stereotypical like you're aiming super hard, your eye is straining.
Oh.
And apparently that eye strain was not great. You have a net of 1 failure, but 2 advantages. So you could have sworn that you were gonna make this shot. You were gonna be the big gung ho hero.
I'm going to perform an immediate free maneuver and move further into the ship towards the cockpit.
Okay.
All right, Mathis.
The droid is on the landing ramp, correct?
Yeah, he is at the top of the landing ramp. You do see the controls nearby. If you want to try to bring that landing ramp up, he's still going to be there. But, you know, if you manage to succeed at this, you're going to keep the rest of them out.
Yeah, I was pretty much planning on closing the landing ramp anyways, like you said, to keep anybody else from being able to get in. So I'm definitely going to try to do that.
Okay. Real quick, remind me, Pash, when you took that free maneuver earlier, were you heading somewhere in particular?
To the cockpit.
Okay, so you're going to head over towards the cockpit. So you're just leaving Mathis to face off with this droid all by himself.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is what we did. As a group. Mathis, it's okay. I'll come back to you if you need me. You got this. And I got laser turns.
I'm going to say, Mathis, you're in a position where you can see this this button, and you can, you know, reach out and get the button. But as the ramp is coming up, this droid is still going to be there.
Right.
So if you want to go ahead and take an action to press this button, you can close that ramp.
I still think, even though this is like very dangerous, I still think that's the best choice overall. So I'm going to close the landing ramp, take an action to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you successfully close this landing ramp. You see it pop up, zzz, and you could hear a bunch of the atmospheric stuff outside that sounds like it's all sealing up, getting ready for when you all want to take flight. But you've still got this droid there. You took an action to do this, so you've got a maneuver. You can try and maybe find some cover nearby if you think it's going to try to shoot you. It's still at short range from you.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find cover.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and find your way into some cover. This is the loading ramp, so there's a couple of crates nearby.
Okay. I'd also like to take 2 strain to ready my blaster pistol.
Yeah, I'm going to say you all were on the run, so you already had your blaster kind of at the ready. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and aim for a future turn if you want.
Oh, well, yeah, let's do that.
All right. But this droid is coming up first. So it kind of, turns its head around a little bit, feels itself moving up a little bit as the docking ramp kind of finishes its thing. This droid is going to stay right where it is, short distance away from you, Mathis. So currently I am looking at 2 yellows, a green, and a purple.
Holy.
You are in cover, so there is a setback die. Are we good with that roll?
I'm going to go ahead and flip the light side token. Give him a red instead of a purple.
All right, you are feeling pretty desperate here, but you feel the force is with you.
Well, it's
And
not.
unfortunately,
Nope.
it is not quite there.
Right.
This guy gets 2 successes and 2 advantages. He's going to do a total of 8 damage to you, Mathis.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and he's got 2 advantages, so he's just going to use those to ready up for his next shot next turn for a boost die. So now we go back to the next round. We have a PC slot. Sasha's over getting ready to get in the turrets. Pash is making his way over to the cockpit. Mathis is staring down this droid. This droid is sparking a little bit, so you can tell that it's looking a little worse for wear.
Let me take my shot first, and then, Sasha, you can decide what to do from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You aim, so.
So I aimed last turn. I would definitely like to double aim this turn if I can for a total of triple aim. Is that possible?
Yeah, you can do that. That just means that you're not going to have any extra maneuvers if you think you need to get to somewhere within the ship on this same round.
I don't think I would need to. I think they both went where they needed to, and I just need to get rid of this guy the best that I can.
All right. You saw Pash doing his old squinty eye aiming earlier, and you're like, I can improve upon that. And you squint both your eyes.
Oh no! Don't make me nervous like this.
All right. You have a total of 2 successes and 2 advantages. So you're doing a total of 7 damage to this guy. How do you want to take out this droid?
Oh, he's dead?
You did it!
Okay, so like you said, I saw Pash squinting or winking or closing his one eye to aim better, so I decide, you know what? Closing both eyes must be even better, so I do close both of my eyes, and I squeeze off the shot, and miraculously it hits him right in the droid head and fries his brain.
Right in his droid head. You hear that?
Right in his droid head, you start to see it flame out a little bit, and it just, little mini explosion. You start to worry a little bit. You're like, oh no. Did it break the atmospheric seal? Do I got to worry about it venting atmosphere? And it's like, okay, no, it's good. It's good. I didn't Mathis it.
That's fair.
And you do have 2 advantages. Simple thing would be if you just want to take some strain off.
Yeah, because it's not urgent to get that part replaced, since it's only going to help us to get to light speed, so I will just recover strain. So I can just wait till next turn.
You all have taken care of this droid, so one would assume that while the other droid and Trex are outside, it would take quite a lot for them to try to pry their way into the ship unless they had like some heavy guns on their side.
Which, they might. Thanks, James.
All right, so you all managed to destroy this droid. Mathis takes it for the win.
He did it.
You all pretty much have free reign around this ship. You're trying to get out of here pretty quick, though. So you don't have too much time on your side.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Sasha, you were heading over to the turret. Do you just want to kind of, get in there, get familiar with the controls?
Yeah. And I wanna shoot it.
Well, there's nothing to shoot yet.
Just in case.
You're gonna sit in that seat. You're gonna have it swivel all around.
I'm gonna
a feel for its field of view.
Manifest shots. Manifesting.
I get into the cockpit and I start flipping switches, turning knobs.
As any pilot would, of course, want to do.
I get the ship powered on.
All right, and Mathis, what do you want to do? You have the part in your the part in your backpack there.
Yep, and I know exactly where to go to install it, so I'm going to go to that location.
So you're gonna head to engineering.
Yes.
All right. So you all have managed to take out that droid, and you think you all are scot-free. Pash goes in, fiddles with some controls, and the ship starts to take off. And as it's starting to leave the landing bay, you all can kind of look out some viewports, and Pash sees the Trex down there, the Trandoshan lizard man. He's kind of shaking his fist at the sky, but you're too far away and you're inside the ship, so you can't hear what he's saying, but he does not look very happy. And the crate thing thrums around you as the engines power up and you lift out of those hangar bay doors, and you're in the bright sunlight of the Tatooine sky. Soon, Mos Shuuta vanishes behind you as you race out over the dune sea and climb towards outer space. Suddenly, an alert klaxon blares. Toot, 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 toot. As you leave Tatooine's atmosphere, several spherical starfighters with distinctive hexagonal wing assemblies appear off the ship scanners, screaming in on an intercept course. It's a pair of TIE fighters. The starfighters shoot past, laser cannons blazing, and sparks fly from a console in the cockpit. You've been hit. You're not clear of the planet's gravity well quite yet, and you can't jump to light speed without the hyperspace reactor igniter installed. You're going to have to deal with these TIE fighters first. So they managed to get a shot off on you, so you're going to start off with 2 system strain on your ship. And we are going to roll some initiative. And I'm going to say everybody can do vigilance for their checks.
Oh, lovely.
All right. The initiative is set. So the 3 of you all are inside this ship. Mathis is in engineering, possibly trying to get the part ready. Sasha is in the gunnery seat, and Pash is in the cockpit. Who wants to go first?
Pilot, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I am going to do a maneuver, stay on target.
So if you go ahead and stay on target, you're kind of banking your ship around and you're going to barrel right towards these TIE fighters. So Sasha in the gunner seat is going to be able to upgrade one of her die when she takes a shot.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Now on that same token, the TIE fighters are also, you're barreling towards them, they're barreling towards you. They're going to get that same effect.
Correct. Well, I'm going to use an action, gain the advantage. So I'm going to do a pilot check.
So you've got 3 purple.
Oof.
Ooh.
All right. You are trying to gain the advantage on these TIE fighters. Unfortunately, you have 3 failures, 1 advantage, but 1 triumph.
That is something.
So what kind of critical success from this triumph do you want to do? Obviously, you're not going to be able to gain advantage on these TIE fighters. Do you want to give them a setback die because they're kind of spooked? They see you barreling in and you almost hit them.
Yeah, let's do that. Upgrade the difficulty of the targeted character's next check.
Oh, upgrade the difficulty.
So yeah, these pilots are shaking in their space boots.
So now the next PC slot.
Mathis, did you want to go next? I don't know what you're doing in engineering or not. So
Well, engineering is damage control, and what is install HMRI?
The part that you need to get to light speed.
I guess it doesn't matter. He can either try to install it or
Right.
install it now because it says the ship will be able to jump to light speed 6 rounds after the reactor is installed. So the sooner we
Yeah.
get it installed, the better.
Okay. I'll go ahead and install that then. Because I don't think we need to really do damage control just yet.
not yet.
So it's going to be an average mechanics check.
Yep. So you're going to take 2 purple. And from earlier, when you were trying to figure out where you needed to install it from outside the ship, you get a boost from that.
Yep. Had my little reminder there for me.
Boosted boy. Nice, Mathis. Nice. 2 thumbs up.
All right. So 2 successes and 3 advantages. So you managed to get this part installed. You see a little like green light pop up and it goes beep. So all is well. So you think from your, you calculate it in your head, you figure in about 4 rounds, you might be able to jump to light speed if somehow you haven't taken care of these ties by then.
Gotcha.
Cool.
So now that was your action. Do you think that you want to stay in engineering to, helpfully do some damage control later? Or this is a YT 1300 ship. It does have 2 gunner stations.
Um,
How many maneuvers does it take to get to the gunner station?
I'm going to go ahead and say it'll take you from where you are in engineering. You're going to need 2 maneuvers to get over there and get in the seat.
right.
You should probably stick and do damage control now.
That's was my first initial thought, was just stay here and cover damage control just in case. But I only have the 2 strains, so I can't afford to run to the turret if you want me to, just to be there, and then I can run back if we do take a lot of damage.
Yeah, I would do that.
What's your gunnery?
My gunnery. It's only 2 greens.
But if you look at it this way, that means that you'll have, the 2 of you shooting next turn against it as opposed to just, trading 1-1.
Right.
And we come to our last PC slot for the round.
It's me, your girl. So I'm going to aim. I can double aim, right? With strain?
Yeah, if you take some strain, you can double aim.
Yeah, I'll take some strain. So I should have first my dear friend Pash upgraded one of my greens to a yellow with his maneuver.
Yep, y'all are staying on target.
I should have 2 boost die?
3.
3. Oh, because I doubled aim.
And you got 1 from Mathis.
Okay. Well, you know what? I forgot that I had one from Mathis. Is okay if I'll double aim next time. And I'm a roll.
Pew pew.
Boom.
All right, you have 2 successes and 5 advantages. You're shooting your little mounted laser cannon turret. It does a base of 6 damage. So with your successes, you're doing 8 total damage to it.
Nice. So I have 5 advantages.
All right, so you completely blast one of these ties out.
Bye.
You see it just kind of like spin off in a spiral.
I got him.
Got him.
With my 5 advantages, I could give everyone boost next round. Maybe?
If that's what you'd like to do.
That's a lot of advantages, man.
Do you want to, since you didn't take that second maneuver with strain, you can either go ahead and recover some strain, or you can use a free maneuver right now and aim for your next turn.
I'll aim for my next turn. That makes sense. So,
Because then you can triple.
yeah, triple aim, baby. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do exactly that.
All right. So we come back to round 2 with a PC slot.
Can I go first, guys? No, I'm just kidding.
You don't want me to maneuver and stay on target?
No, you need a maneuver. You need to go. You got your boost too, so do whatever you need to do, Patch.
I'm going to use my maneuver to stay on target. And then I'm going to try to gain the advantage again.
Well,
All that posturing, and you end up with a net of 3 failures, 1 advantage, but you do have another triumph hanging around. This, I think, almost mirrors exactly what you had the previous time you tried this. So I would say you didn't learn anything at all.
it is exactly.
You're just getting flashbacks to your time at that Imperial Piloting Academy when they were getting ready to throw you out for your joy rides. And maybe you're starting to wonder, are you really that good a pilot after all?
You are, Pash. You are. You got that triumph.
You've got that triumph, so you're doing something right. What is that something?
I'm going to upgrade Sasha's next check.
All right. So with the stay on target, she's going to get 2 upgrades.
Yep.
All right. So we come to the next PC slot. Is it going to be Sasha? Is she going to come in shooting?
Okay, wait. Hang on. Your triumph was to give Sasha an upgrade?
Correct, because I wanted her to go next.
Right. And the advantage is being used for...
Oh. What is your advantage used for?
But give her a boost too.
Okay.
She is the next allied character.
Okay, so he gave me an upgraded dice because of his stay on target.
So what is your base gunnery roll?
3 greens.
3 greens?
Yeah.
All right. 2 of those greens are going to be yellows now.
Because of staying on target and the triumph.
I got 1 aim from last round. I have
Right. So that's 1 blue.
I have another aim this round.
Okay.
Why not?
And then Pash just gave you a blue.
Awesome.
Use the strain to double aim, and you'll have a quadrupling.
Yeah, I might as well strain. I'll aim again. Double aim.
And while we're at it, just flip the light side die and blow this sucker out of this.
Well, I was going to say, I feel I've got to go ahead and use a dark side point here to upgrade one of those purple
to a red.
Yeah.
Okay, so flip it, and then that means my final green is a yellow, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I just want to understand, what do we have going into here now? 3 yellows, 4 blues.
4 blues.
One might say the definition of overkill.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Hey, James. I think I hit him.
I believe you did too, with a net of 5 successes and 4 advantages. Doing some quick mental math here. With the base damage of that gun, you're looking at 11 damage coming in. So you blow away this other TIE fighter. It doesn't even have time to do the stereotypical barrel roll before it explodes. It just completely vaporizes.
It doesn't even explode. It just instantly disappears. It was never there. It was wiped from the space-time continuum.
I have to laugh because my gunnery skills aren't even that high. You guys made it that high.
So you say you would chalk it up to teamwork.
Absolutely. It was definitely not me. The power of love.
All right, with the TIE fighters taken care of, Pash, you look at the sensors and you don't see anything else out there. So you just kind of hold off and wait for a second. And Mathis, you run back to engineering and you see the green light pop up from your thing and you yell out to Pash.
Punch it.
Punch it, yeah. I was going to say, hey, Pash, punch it, but...
Hey, Pash, punch it.
Right, say it.
Pash, you're kind of fiddling with the controls, and you just go ahead and enter in the last known coordinates from the computer, the nav computer. So you're not entirely sure where you're going, but you've got a destination. So you all punch it.
We're punching it.
We punched it.
All right. You see the star field in front of you start to go all elongated and blue, and the crate fang blasts off into light speed. Pew! You all have successfully escaped from Timo the Hutt's forces on Tatooine and Mos Espa. And while you all feel you may have escaped his wrath today, you get the feeling that this is not over.
Of course it's not.
The end for now.
Bum bum bum.
I mean, you gotta assume that Trex is gonna want his ship back.
Right.
He can pry it from my cold dead hands.
I think that's how he might prefer it.
Yeah, I think that's what he would probably prefer.
I mean, I don't know lizards all that well. I don't know if they prefer their meat cold or nice and, hot and spicy.
Well, maybe Pash could flirt with him and it'll all go away.
I'll pass.
Pash, take one for the team, dang.
Skin is too scaly.
It's either you or me, and we all know how that's gonna roll out. So
We don't let Mathis do a thing. Except you really came in clutch with that droid. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I heard correctly, it's not that he's going to pass, it's he's going to pash.
You've been listening to Terrible Tabletop, presented by the This Is Going to Be Terrible podcast, hosted by Robert Green, James Altman, and Nathan Thieneman. For more information about our podcast, visit our website, thisisgoingtobeterrible.show, or find us on Facebook by searching for This Is Going to Be Terrible, a podcast. Thanks for not casting Fireball at our feet, and for listening.